You and I are more like employees than we are independent contractors. I'm moving more like an employee now than I have in the last 3.5 years. I want to have a real conversation with you guys. I want us to look at the gig economy a little bit differently today. I'm going to share my perspective on how I've been feeling the last couple of weeks with the new app that I'm trying, DeliverThat. Overall, just working the gig economy as a whole. Because a lot of us talk about freedom, flexibility, independent contractor, I don't have a boss. I think some of us are wrong. Let's talk about it. Welcome back to Mr.BetonYou. Happy Friday, or whatever day you're watching this. If you're out there, it's Friday night. I hope you're making good money. Listen, I don't know how to start the video. I don't script any of these things, but I got something on my mind because I've been feeling a certain type of way. Okay, so this isn't a shot at any particular gig app. It isn't a shot at anybody that works the gig economy, whatever. But I'm going to give you my perspective. And I also believe this is going to go, and I'm speaking to the people that are working at least 4 days a week. Because if you're part-time, if you're working 1 day, 2 days, a couple hours here or there, you probably don't feel this way and you're not as impacted. But to my full-timers, anybody working 4 days a week or more, 20, 25 hours a week, a significant amount of your earnings come from the gig economy, DoorDash, Uber, rideshare, DeliverThat, whatever. Catering, this is for you. First, let me say this. You and I are more like employees than we are independent contractors. We are more like employees than we are independent contractors. I said it. If you feel some type of way, don't care. That's what I believe. I'm going to tell you why right now. So I've been doing this DeliverThat app, and I love it. I'm not complaining about the app at all. I like it. I like it. I like it. I love it. I love it. It's a good way to start your day. Pre-scheduled orders, not on demand. You start your day, you know you've got this catering, or maybe you got two if you're lucky. A couple times in the last 3 or 4 weeks, I've had 3, and the timing works out. It's great. The cash flow's good. Sometimes you got to set up. It is what it is. But there are more rules and regulations and things you have to abide by when you're doing that kind of app than a DoorDash. Now, all the apps have TOS and rules and guidelines and agreements, but with DeliverThat, it's a little different. I get text messages in the morning reminding me I have a morning run, or like the night before, I'll get a text, you got an early morning run, or like if you got 2 orders like I had today, which worked out great, same pickup, different. Anyways, they'll remind you that you have that and let us know if you accept another one so we can make sure it fits in. Like, I feel like an employee. I have a schedule. I have to wake up. I have to set an alarm. Okay, let me tell y'all something. Okay, I'm not a person that sleeps in a lot or any. I just don't. I have a daughter that's almost 3. Plus, I'm a busy guy. I guess I'm on my 4th week of DeliverThat. I've had to set an alarm multiple times to get up to make sure I'm ready for a breakfast run or whatever. I don't set alarms. I hate alarms. I like to organically wake up, and I usually wake up about the same time usually, but I've woken up 5:45 once to do a run. I've woken up a couple times, 6 o'clock, 7 a.m., and I'm out the house really early. I have a schedule. And I remember thinking, man, I'm up a little earlier than I'd like to be, but the money's there, so not going to complain. It's a good way to start the day. But this feels like a job. When you're working on-demand food delivery, you're probably going to start at whatever, the usual time, because that's where the business is. But I'll get to the on-demand in a minute. But I might start at 10 one day, 10:30, 11. I might have the idea that I'm going to start at 11. I'm like, I'm going to start at 11:30. Let me watch this extra YouTube video. Let me make this phone call. Let me take a longer shower, get ready. Let me walk the dog. Let me do this. I'm on my time when it's on demand. I'm literally on my time. Now, in most markets, you're going to want to be out when the money's there, but we'll get to that in a minute. But with the catering apps, I'm on somebody else's time. I am not on my time. If you are a catering delivery driver, you are an employee. Now, you don't have to accept everything, but there's a lot more guidelines, a lot more rules, time constraints. You have to make yourself available for, it's different. Once again, I'm not complaining, but I don't have any protections like an employee on any of the apps. Most of us don't, but we are like an employee more than we are independent. Because at the end of the day, I can turn the app off. I could do this, I could do that, but I'm still being watched. I'm being tracked. I'm being documented. I have rules to abide by. There's a rating system. There's this, there's that. There's pictures, there's signatures. There's a dress code. It sounds like an employee to me. Now, I know some of you are like nodding your head. Yes, Pedro, you are right. I know a lot of you are like, nope, You are wrong. I am not an employee. I'll never be an employee. I am my own boss. I hear you. And if you feel like that, you are justified in that feeling. But I want you to hear what I'm saying. Now let's go talk about on-demand real quick. So if you're doing DoorDash and Instacart and Uber, rideshare, all the things that are on demand, there has to be a demand in the moment, and then you need to be in the proximity, and then they send you jobs, opportunities. Now, most of the time, if you want to make money, if you're a full-timer, like we said in the beginning of the video, you're going to work busy lunchtime, maybe busy breakfast. You're going to work busy night in order for you to make full-time money. So you have a schedule as well. And most of you that are working right now, it's Friday night. It's 8:30 Central, 9:30 Eastern, 6:30 on the West Coast. So prime West Coast, probably dinner time. And if you're watching this and you're working, you're probably working every Friday. You have a schedule. DoorDash is your employer. You have to, sometimes some of y'all, depending on your ratings, you have to schedule your whole week. You're on a schedule. If you don't schedule, you're still on your own personal schedule, but you have to be out when the times are busy. And who dictates that? The customers. Based on their eating demand and the time and dinner and lunch. We all know this. So you're then the employee of the customer. Now, technically for tax purposes, we're independent contractors. And we can unassign. We don't have to accept everything. There's a lot of control that we have. I believe that, and that's how I work the apps. But I'm making this video because recently, because of the catering that I've been doing, I have been on somebody else's time frame. And I'm literally like this. Look at this here. I have the interface of this DeliverThat app open all the time. You have to in order to get orders. A lot of you guys like, Pedro, I'm not seeing them. You literally have to have I'm driving around in my car, dashing with my DoorDash is on this phone. The DeliverThat is on the phone I'm recording with. And I have the phone I'm recording with on my dash, DeliverThat app up. So if something happens, boom, I can click it immediately. And that's why I've been able to see a decent volume of orders each week. But I feel like I'm a damn employee, man. Sometimes I do. I really do. I got to be honest. I'm always going to keep it real with y'all. If I feel some type of way, if I'm feeling something, if I'm noticing something, I always open up to a conversation and you guys could talk about it in the comments. And I know there's enough of you that feel exactly how I feel. I know that there is. Whether you feel like an employee because of the games and the tier system, the dash rewards, you feel like you got to take this order to get your AR up. You feel like, oh my God, I can't drop this order because my completion is this way. These are all things that are out of your control situationally. And the apps for consumers or merchants are looking and treating you like an employee. Point, blank, period, 5 exclamation points at the end. You and I are closer to a employee than we are independent contractors. And if you think otherwise, I respect that, but I will respectfully say you are wrong. Just because we do 1099 and the taxes are different doesn't mean we aren't treated mostly like an employee. And that's why you have politicians and certain of you guys that want benefits and this and that, and you already feel this, so you're like, I want some kind of benefits because I'm already feeling like an employee without the benefits. So give me something. Give me Prop 22. Give me the other things that are out there, what they got in New York City. Now listen, I don't want to be an employee. And if at all I ever feel like I'm always feeling like that, and I always have to do things that I really don't want to do, because situationally I don't mind it every once in a while because it's going to benefit me long term. I'm not an idiot. However, if I start feeling like it is a job, and like, let's say DeliverThat's like, hey, we got to give you a hat and you got to wear a DeliverThat shirt. No, that would be my answer. I'm not doing that. I'm not an employee, because if you want me to do those things, you got to give me some benefits. Or if DoorDash were to ever to say that, or if DoorDash was like doing something, if I ever felt really like the part of the independent contractor that I still have was taken away, because I still feel like I have freedom and flexibilities, but like with the catering though, man, you are on somebody else's time. You just are. You just are. And that's just how it is. And I think we can look at a lot of, if you're a rideshare driver, it's the same way. You're going to wake up early sometimes and do the morning runs for the airport, You're on, just because you say it's your schedule, you're able to make your schedule. But if you want to make money, and this is to my full-timers, part-timers are a little excluded because you're not doing it as much and you have a little more freedom than the full-time. If all your money is from the gig economy, you are an employee. Because you have to be out at certain times of the day in most markets. You don't have as much freedom as you think. Situationally, you can turn it off. You can pause it. You don't have to work for a week at a time. These things are all true. But right now, if you're working full-time, most drivers, especially DoorDash and any other app, aren't taking weeks at a time off. They're probably working, you're probably working at least 30 to 40 hours a week. And you're working weekends and you're working nights. You are on a schedule. You are closer to an employee than you are an independent contractor. Now that I'm done with the video, beat me up in the comments. I'm sure I missed some things. You guys want to talk? Give me some more information in the comments on what I missed. I'm sharing this because I want to spark a conversation that a lot of us have had. I am still believing that we mostly have freedom and flexibility, but I also have to realize the way I do the gig economy is different than 99% of you guys that watch this video. I'm just being transparent and real and open and honest. I didn't have to work this week. I feel good in saying that. I've built things up for myself, and I want you to do the same. And many of you have built other greater things than I even have, right? And you guys are doing fantastic, right? But what I'm saying is, I didn't have to work this week. So I have that freedom and flexibility. But when I have been working and I've been doing catering, I might as well have a DeliverThat hat and a polo on. And I am looking at that app and I'm looking at that interface. And when I'm doing DoorDash, I'm looking at the AR and I'm looking at this. I'm like, all right, let me make sure my account's set up. I might as well wear a DoorDash hat and a DeliverThat shirt. And there are a lot of y'all that are watching this now. They're like, yeah, I feel like an employee anyway. I take everything. I do this. You're an employee without benefits. Anyways, long-winded video. I want to hear from you guys because this is something a lot of people talk about. Okay. I'm not saying I'm an employee. I'm saying I have felt that way in the last month more than, well, what? I left the casino, oh God, over 3 years ago. Going on 3.5 years ago, I left a W-2 type of way to make money. And I haven't felt, and I had a schedule and, you know, I'd be here at 7 a.m. this day. But I managed my own schedule, but I still had a schedule. You have to be there when it's busy and you have meetings. I have felt like that doing DeliverThat. I just have. And once again, I'm not complaining. It's the outro here. I like the app. I've been singing the praises. Trust me. But how I've been having to move and wake up and get ready and do this and look at my day and it's pre-scheduled, which is great. That is employee. I'm moving more like an employee now than I have in the last 3.5 years. Just how I feel. When I feel a certain way, I know I'm not the only one. That's why I do these videos. This is my day today. I hope you guys have a great rest of your night. Happy Mother's Day to all the moms out there. Okay? Have a great Mother's Day. To all the earners that are going to make money, might see some better opportunities on Saturday, Sunday, some shopping pays, some flowers, some this, some that, whatever. Hope you guys make money. I'll be off the next 2 days. You guys know I don't do Saturday, Sunday. Really looking forward to spending time with my family and not feeling like I have to look at a DeliverThat app and I have to wake up and I'm on somebody else's time, because I do want to be on my time. And while we choose what we can do here and there, we still have that power within the apps. You can accept an order, decline it. You could accept it and say, yeah, you know what? I don't want to. It could be 10 p.m. at night. I don't want to do that DeliverThat tomorrow at 6 a.m. I could throw it away. I got a 3-hour window. 3-hour window. So we have something there, but I've never felt more like an employee than in the last 3.5 years. Y'all tell me what you think. Super long video, sorry, but I had to get that out. I feel better now. Now I want to hear from y'all. Have a good weekend. If you like this video or others, check out this one here. Consider hitting subscribe. Let me know what you think in the comments.